Hey students, for this video I'm going to show you how to make a really fun project. This is probably something you've never made before in art class. And what it is called, it's a tunnel book. And this is a really fun art project because you get to create your own scene and of course fill up your design with different objects. And so here's mine, and I decided to go with kind of an ocean beach theme. And I'm going to show you how to make one of these today. It's pretty easy. You're just going to need a couple of simple materials and a good imagination. Okay, so I'm going to go here to my drawing board and we're going to get started. Okay, first thing we're going to start with is we're going to need a sheet of tag board. Now, if you don't know what tag board is basically a rigid, kind of a stiff sheet of paper, and it's going to feel a little bit thicker than your average paper does. Now, if you don't have this in your classroom, that's not a big deal at all. What you'll want to do is get either a piece of construction paper in any color or just a regular piece of paper will do. But if you absolutely can get some tag board, I would definitely advise it. Okay, so what the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the sides to our tunnel book. And to do this, I'm going to take my sheet of paper, my tag board. I'm going to fold it in half long ways. Going to crease it. And then I like to crease it the other way too. Okay. Make sure you're folding it the right way. You want to fold long way. Okay, next we're going to take our scissors. We're going to cut these two pieces out. All right, take one piece of our new paper now, and we're going to cut, well actually not we're going to cut anything, we're going to make some accordion folds on our paper. And if you've probably done this before, it's basically where you fold the paper back and forth until you get kind of a fan or accordion fold to your paper. And what I do, and I think this is the easiest way, just take a ruler, make sure that's right on there, good. Line it up at the bottom of your paper like that, and then just fold over. Okay, then just move your ruler out of the way, and that's how big our fold is going to be. So from there, I can just keep it folding it over and over again. Okay, so we're folding it back and forth until I run out of paper. If you're using tag board like I am, you might notice it is a little bit harder to fold, but persistent pays off, and this is what it looks like in the end. It's our accordion. Cool. So go ahead, put that out of the way. We're going to repeat with our other piece of paper. Same thing. I'm not going to fast forward this because I want to show you in case anybody makes a mistake. This is kind of the hardest part, really. Okay. Once you have your fold, continue to fold back and forth. And if you're like me, the second one's probably a lot easier because you have that experience of doing it the first time. Okay, almost done. All right, wonderful. Cool. So here's my two accordion folds. And these are going to be the sides. So these are going to go, they're going to stand up just like this. And then all of our seams are going to go in the inside of this. This is the side, so it's going to hold up everything together. Okay. Take these, put them out of the way. Grab another sheet of tag board or regular paper. Okay. All right, we're going to fold this in half again. Folding our paper in half, long ways. Wonderful. All right, now fold it again. Basically, we want to fold our paper into quarters. Okay, wonderful. All right, once again, I'll grab my scissors. And I'm going to cut out my 4 squares. You're probably wondering what these squares are going to be. Well, these are going to be the seams that are going to go inside our tunnel book. So we've got 4 squares all together. Okay, what I want you to do, we're going to take 3 of them, 3 of our squares, and we are going to cut out a frame. Let me show you what that means. So we're going to take our paper, and either using a pair of scissors or a X-Acto knife, I'm going to just cut a little window out of my paper. Okay, here's my window. All right, we're going to do that for 3 of our pieces of paper. Leave 1 of them just the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to do that real quick. And I'm going to fast forward this so we don't have to watch. So I'm pretty much all caught up. I'm going to go ahead and show you here what I have. I've got my 3 frames, and these are just the sheets of paper that I cut the little window out of. Now the pieces that you cut out, which are right here, don't throw these away because these are going to be important. Okay. And then we've got our big sheet of paper. This is the paper that we didn't cut out. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. On our big sheet of paper, that's going to be our background for our tunnel book. Okay, so our background. So imagine, imagine where you want your setting for your tunnel book to be? Is it going to be outside? Is it going to be inside? If it, you know, if your setting is going to be on a basketball court, you know, maybe you need to have some stuff in the background, like maybe a house, maybe some trees, things like that. Okay. I'm going to just show you here. Here's one. Here's my background. And you can probably guess I'm going to have kind of an outer space theme for my tunnel book. So for my background, I just wanted something simple. So, you know, outer space. So I just kind of colored my paper black, and then with a white crayon, I added the moon, and I added all these little stars. Okay, so that's the background. Now, on your other 3 pieces of paper, I want you to draw the things that are going in the tunnel book. Okay, so here's just a couple of things that I did. So going on with the space theme, I knew that I wanted to have a spaceship. Okay, so I drew that. On the other sheet of paper, I added another little planet, an alien. And then on the last sheet of paper, I just drew another planet. Okay, so it's important to use all the paper, because I'm going to cut these out in just a second, and then I'm going to glue them into the frames that we just made, or the windows. All right. So once you get your things drawn, your scenes, you're going to take our scissors, we're going to cut them out. So I'm going to fast forward the video again. So I think we're caught up now. I've got all my pieces cut out. Got my planet, my 2 planets, got my alien, got my rocket ship, got my background. Okay. So now what we'll do, we're going to take those frames that we cut out, or those windows. Got 3 windows if you did this correctly. Okay, and what I'll also get out is a glue stick. If you don't have a glue stick, regular glue will work. It just will take a little bit longer to dry. Okay, and what I'm going to do on my frame or my window, that's where I'm going to glue my people, or my scenes that I just drew. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue. Okay, and you're going to glue it right onto the open part. So that's where my alien's going to go. Okay, I'm going to do this for each of my windows. So even maybe I want my rocket ship to go right here. That might be cool. And we're not really too worried about where they're going to be arranged. So we're just kind of just putting them in there real quick, and we'll think about that later. Maybe I'll have a planet right here on the side. Okay, nice. Wonderful. Okay, cool. I think I got that. So I've got all my windows here. And let me just put my background down so you can kind of visualize. Each of our pictures are going to go right on top of the window. And as we add a frame, we're going to add a little bit of depth to our picture. So we're going to have things in the front, things in the background, things in the middle ground. Okay, so I think I want that rocket ship maybe to be up front. So I'm going to add, maybe mess with this just a little bit. There we go. I think that looks a lot better. Cool. That way the rocket ship's kind of going off the book there, off the edge. Okay. So that's basically our pieces. Now all we have to do is we have to get our fold, our accordion fold, and put our book together. Okay. So put your windows out of the way and just get your background that you colored in. Okay. And I'm going to take my two sides to my tunnel book right here. And basically, these little flaps here on the end, that's where we're going to glue our background. So our background is going to go right here with the glue. Okay, so I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm just going to glue these two edges right here. Okay, that way when I put my background in there, it's going to stick and it's going to hold the whole thing together. Okay, lay your background in there. Okay. Now, in this case, I'm going to let mine dry just a little bit. I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to finish the panels. Okay. So I glued the background, and I used the glue stick. Now, I would definitely advise you to let this dry. Give it at least 1 day to dry once you glue on the background, because if you try to do it all at once, all in 1 day, this glue isn't going to be dry and your tunnel book's going to fall apart. Okay, and since I'm doing this video pretty much in one shot so I can show you all the steps, I had to add a little bit of tape to my background, so that's sort of what's holding on the background there. So anyway, so once I have that on there, you can see how it's going to look. You see the background there, and at this point it will basically stand up on its own, and you can see all these little grooves on the sides. That's where our seams are going to slide in and out. Okay, so you can really play with how your tunnel book's going to be arranged. Okay, so what we're going to do next, we're going to go ahead and glue our front panel in first, and that's going to kind of keep everything sort of in line, and everything's going to look a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to go back here to my glue stick. Okay, and I'm just going to glue the front. Okay. And then whatever picture you want to go in front, in this case, I've got the rocket ship and the planet over here. Okay, I'm going to glue that, put it on there. Okay. Add a little bit of pressure so it absolutely kind of sticks on there. That looks like it's holding pretty good. If it feels like it's gonna come apart, then what you can do is you can take a textbook, any kind of heavy book. So like in this case, I could put that right on top. Let it sit for maybe 5–10 minutes. Pick it up, and it should be pretty much ready to go. Okay, cool. There we go. So far, so good. We just got our rocket ship, and we got our background. As it is, that looks pretty cool, in my opinion. But we've got 2 more panels. And I'm just going to show you how these slide in and out. Okay. And that's how it looks from head on. Pretty good. So the whole point is it kind of looks 3-dimensional. You have the alien like that. I'm going to make a change real quick though. I've got this planet here, and I like how it turned out for the most part. But whenever it's over here to the side, you really don't see it very good. So this is something that you might run into. So you can always take off your pieces, and you can glue them to a different part of your window. And we'll see if that made a difference. Let's see how that turned out. Oh, let me bring it down here. Okay, much better. Okay, have fun with it. And this is our tunnel book. So take your time, have fun, and I hope you enjoyed the video.